Take it away, Jeff.
Okay. So yesterday, I have my class. My class is always 2 days before this. And we work Monday and Tuesday, long hours, we work hard. Anyway, yesterday, we made Snickers ice cream. Because to make any of the candy bar ice creams, I've got all the candy bars over there. To make the candy bar ice creams, what we do is we cut them into bite-sized pieces, the bars, and then freeze them the night before. And then the next day, what do we do with them?
Ninja.
We put them in the Ninja, and we come up with virtually Snickers powder with some nut chunks in it and stuff. So since we had this left, and I don't want to put it in the freezer because it'll just become an anchor. So I don't know, we're going to do something with it. So I thought, instead of making more Snickers ice cream, because they're sick of it, we ate so much, let's make Snickers Cream Ice. For those of you who don't know, Cream Ice is an unbelievable product. It can support a store with lines around the block every night just selling Cream Ice. It's fantastic. The only caveat to that is that you can't charge as much for it as you can full ice cream. Close, very close. I have a friend in South Florida who has Cream Ice store, 150 flavors every day, lines around the block. Store is half the size of this whole room. Very, very successful. It's called Cecily's Gourmet Italian Ices. And the reason that it's Gourmet Italian Ice is because you don't want to really put cream ice on your window. It sounds not good. So anyway, Cream Ice is fantastic. It's a great, great product. Any flavor you want. Any flavor. I mean, he's got 150 flavors. So you can have anything. So today we'll try, I've never made this, we'll try to make Snickers Cream Ice. Cream Ice is Italian ice with about a 10% dairy in it. The recipe for Cream Ice on is always 3-2-1. That's your everyday recipe for Cream Ice. 3 quarts of water, 2 pounds of sugar, 1 quart of mix. And then from there you add anything you want. Now that's for a larger machine. That's for the machine, maybe this one or the 24. But we're going to make it in here, so I scaled everything down. If it's 3-2-1 for this machine, what would it be for that machine? This is a 12 quart, that's a 6 quart. Okay, we'll move on.
Cut it in half.
1.5, 1.5.
You think?
Yeah.
All right, so let's add gates closed. In here I've got water, sugar, and dairy mix, and ice cream mix.
And what's the total amount of liquid there?
The total amount is just 2 quarts.
Okay.
But we're going to be adding a lot of Snickers, so that'll build it up.
Great.
Great?
Yeah.
Why great?
We love your Snickers. When you're not here, we used to use individual spoons to take a little spoonful of it out of the freezer. Now we use a 10-ounce scoop.
Well, never made this. So we'll see what happens. We'll. I don't know how much of this to add. So what we'll do is we won't turn the freezer on yet. Excuse me. We'll add this and taste it, and add it and taste it. And when we like what we have, we're ready to go. Actually, I should amend that. We'll add it, taste it, and when we like what we have, we'll add a little more, and then make it go.
Do you have a starting point?
No.
Because I would add
Here's
8
my
ounces.
starting point.
I would add 8 ounces. Dry ounces. You'll have to, at some point, come up with a number so that you can make this over and over again.
But what I like to get them to do is to think.
I just want them to write the thinking down.
Well, yeah, but they're going to make this in their own store, and they'll do it just like this. in your store, this is how you'll do it. You'll follow the 3, 2, 1, and then you'll add flavors. The flavors, you know, the berries that we just threw away, we could take those, put them in the Ninja, and make berry cream ice. You can do anything. Anything on those shelves over there, you can make cream ice out of. Yes?
Are you using the same dairy mix that you're making your ice cream with?
Yes.
Same percentage of fat, I mean?
10%.
10%. Is that what you use for yours?
10%.
Regular ice cream
Oh,
too?
always 10%.
Not 14.
No. Well, that's pretty good. It's getting there.
There's a man back there with 2 questions. He's got both hands up.
Okay, I think we're ready to go.
Is that on the cream ice setting?
What?
Is the revolution on the cream ice setting?
Now you know better than that.
Well, Steve just gave me a
It should be.
Well, remember, I'm a dinosaur. Yes, it is.
There we go. That worked for everybody. They can't see from back there anyway.
I'm going to tell them the truth. The truth is, when I started, this wasn't on my machine. I had a machine from a long time ago, before Steve invented the IOC, in overrun control, infinite overrun control. So my machine didn't have it. The old machines, and I told the story of how one of my students found a machine in the Marshall Islands, an Emery Thompson from 1946, and started a business with it. But the point is that they didn't have this. This is a 10-year-old.
22 years.
No,
Yeah. I had it back in the Bronx.
no. Anyway,
Yes, I did.
anyway, so my machine didn't have it. So I ran everything at what was before that the standard speed, which was 234 revolutions per minute. So that's how I grew up, and that's how I learned. And I'm sticking to it.
What would the taste difference be between...
It's not the taste, it's
or
the
the
density.
texture.
The density, right?
Yes, that's right.
It's the density of it. The slower, and 234 is the max for any of the recipes on here. So if you go slower, just think about it, just picture it. It's going, of course not this slow, but instead of going like this, it's going like this, and it's still freezing at the same freezing rate, but it's going to create a thicker ice, a denser ice cream. Not thicker, but a denser, much less air. If you put cream in a bowl and you whip it to make whipped cream, it's the same amount of cream, but it's this big, it's got a lot of air in it. If you do this very slowly, it'll take you a week to make whipped cream, but it'll be that thick whipped cream.
So your Italian ice is always going to have more air than Steve's.
Always what?
It's going to have more air in it than a Steve's.
Well, Italian ice is a different animal because Italian ice doesn't expand. It is what it is. You can beat the
Daylights out.
you can beat the daylights out of it, but it's still going to be what it is. It doesn't accept the air as an expansion vehicle. Cream does, but water and sugar doesn't.
So if it doesn't matter, why do we slow it down?
Well, we don't. Italian ice is 234, isn't it?
That's right.
Well, we know our stuff. Italian ice is 234. Gelato, let's talk gelato. Gelato is what, 160, 140?
140.
140. So gelato is much slower, and therefore the end result is much more dense. I like to say thicker, but it's not thicker, it's much denser. And that's how gelaterias make their ice cream, on a slower speed. It's also less fat content. Gelato is 6 to 8% butterfat. We run 10. So it's a different product. They'll be out of business in about 6 months anyway,
They are.
right?
Yeah, their
Okay.
gelato has failed in the U.S.
Okay, should we see what this looks like? Let's taste it. Has anybody had cream ice before? Well, obviously not in my store, but no, okay. You've had Italian ice? Well, you just had Italian ice, okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good, actually.
Good.
Woo.
Are you going to share it?
Yeah, what are we doing with this?
Oh, we'll throw it out.
No.
I'll take it out to the ladies.
Yeah, there's too much to throw it out.
All right. I think you're trying to get rid of me.
No, never. Ever, never, never. All right.
After this, we're going to do questions
Q&A.
answered.
Right. So I still have another question, and I just thought of the answer. What do I do with all this Snickers? Give it to my wife, let her make
I have
cookies.
some more here for you.
She's
Good,
a
huh?
baker. Can make some good cookies out of Snickers stuff. Nobody's got that. You don't see that in the supermarket. I'll tell you, the Ninja's the first thing you ought to buy. Very first thing you ought to buy. And what's funny? Hey, phone, what's funny?
What's funny? I forget.
Okay. Real close. Real close. Wow, we're going to be real close to them. They're going to start throwing tomatoes. We're so close.
We'll back them up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cream ice have the same, store at the same temperature as ice cream or ice?
No. Close. Think about this. Ice cream we're going to store at 0 to 5.
Right.
Italian ice we're going to store at 12 to 15. Cream ice is somewhere in there. And we put it right in with our regular stuff, but they temper it before the store opens.
They put it out for a while.
Yeah.
Is there a reason that, what causes like certain coolers to just create all this ice inside?
Opening and closing it.
Any of the class want to answer that?
Yeah.
What causes the ice crystals on the ice cream?
Air.
What is it?
Air.
Air. How come they have air?
Dipping cabinet.
Right, dipping cabinets. What happens in a dipping cabinet? When you open it up, you're exposing how many of them? All of them. 12, 15, 18, sometimes 30 big dipping cabinet. Open it up, that air goes, it's like a train going right across.
That's why you use a floppy door.
Or not.
Yeah. You won't see ice on your ice cream during the course of the day while you're scooping ice cream. Never seen it, never will. What people do is they get lazy, and at night they're not willing to take that ice cream and
Scrape
put a
down the
solid,
sides.
scrape down the sides and put a solid lid on it. If you're going to be lazy, we have alternatives for that too. This is a gelato pan liner. Gelato pan is stainless, they're expensive. These are kind of nice because you can scoop from here to here, and that's where the strength is in your arm. But the real reason I like these is if you ever get into wholesale, the round tub takes up a lot of space. Let me see if I can get one here. Here's your round tub. And Haagen-Dazs says you have to take 16 at a time. Your business, I can do 4 flavors in just about the same space as that round tub. So the chef can have more of your flavors than he can anybody else. And it's easier for his staff to scoop because they're not getting it all over their arm or anything else like that. They're just going like that. Never get in a fight with an ice cream scooper because they have a really strong bicep. But that's an alternative to that. But the ice is coming not from it being open all day long. You'll never see ice. It's from not putting a decent lid on it. a real tight lid. Then you're going to get ice.
So, ice cream in a gelato can or Italian ice or?
You can if you want. There's no reason. And if it's in that cabinet, which if Jeff was right, that one's going to expose a whole lot less air because you're only opening up a small door. And you could stack them in there and they're never going to see it. Only your employees are going to see it. I've gotten away from the visual cabinets. They have lots of problems. Jeff is partially right. The sun's beating down on them. The temperature's changing all the time. Those things don't change that much. They cost less. And we got into a bad habit in the ice cream business. We started giving out free samples. And it will drive you nutty when you see someone my age come in who's been retired for 15 years and they know they're going to buy vanilla. But they're going, oh, I want to taste this one. Well, maybe I'll taste this one. And they go all the way down the line, then they leave because they're full. And you didn't sell them anything. You'll tear your hair out. Don't give out samples. I mean, if you want to do a sample, you sell what you're selling to them, and then on the way out, here, you want to try my acai? Here's a spoonful.
So do you believe in dipping cabinets or no?
Yes, of course.
No. She's talking about the visual, the big glass ones.
I believe in the floppy door cabinets like is right back there. I think that's the best way to go. They don't have to see the product. They know what ice cream is. You need good signs. You need attractive signs that tell you what it is. Yes.
Boy, how things have changed.
Excuse me?
What's the cost of that cabinet?
That one's probably about $1,800, $1,600, and then they go up to as high as $3,000 depending on how big. There's so many, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16. That's a lot of different sizes. And they're simple. They don't break. They don't wear out. They're great. But if you're just getting into business and you have no money, well, then go to a chest freezer. It's $700.
No, it's 150.
You said something about gelato sales.
I'm sorry, I got interrupted. What?
Gelato sales, you said they were going down across the country?
They're non-existent. Gelato is dead. It was a long time fad. Gelato that's all there is in Italy and throughout Central Europe. But you get into Central America, South America, Asia, Africa, the Middle East, everybody wants American ice cream. And a simple example, a 35-year-old mother walks in, she's got her 6-year-old in tow. The 6-year-old is not pulling on her dress saying, Mommy, could I please have a tiramisu? Mommy, I really want a Fruit of the Bosco. No, they want mint chip, they want Superman, they want Cookie Monster. And the kids determine where they go to buy the ice cream. And gelato, they say, oh, but it's low fat. Yeah, it's low fat, but it's high sugar. It's just like frozen yogurt was the greatest lie of all time. This stuff was 0 fat, but it was putting 40 pounds on you because it was pure sugar.